commit itself.
What's up guys, I'm in a wind farm here just outside of Tournai, just right here on the map. I discovered this place when I was doing a big run earlier this year. It's a little freezing out here, -2 or 3 Celsius degrees. So today I'm gonna talk to you about the city of Tournai, where I live. So why come outside of Tournai to talk about? It's because most of the ground city is made of villages and farmland. Just 5 minutes outside of the center of the city. That's one of the places I like about those farmland. The city is just behind you.
1/4 of the listening mind is occupied with what is being said. The other 3/4 is unoccupied.
I'm the Intergalactic Pilot, shooting down space pirates, flying in my spatial plane as I'm firing at Spaceman Spiff with a spliff, getting lifted. Fuck him, he ain't consistent, he best keep his distance. I'm on his tail, phases firing, smoke billows in, now his ship is spiraling down. The shadow from my ship masked the ground as he crash lands with no sound, covered by drum pounds. He might escape his
As you might have noticed, and as I promised, I'm also gonna talk about New York City, about cities in general and the future of the cities. I recommend watching the video of Oscar Boysen. I'll put the link to that video in the description. I kind of share his view of cities. To me, most of the population in the world is gonna have to move to cities at some point. It's already taking place. Of course, I'm not gonna compare those two cities because there's nothing to compare, but I'm gonna give you a quick answer to why I want to talk about those two cities in this video. First, Tournai is the city where I want to spend the last time I can in the upcoming life I have. And New York would be, at least for now, the city I want to spend the most time I can. So about New York City, to give one word, it would be the word huge. When you think about it, it's one of the biggest mix of culture and communities in the world. With that mix of culture, you have a feeling that comes that you can do whatever you want, and some people will like it and some will not care. New York City is also a source of motivation for the people that are in it, because the city is always active and moving. It makes you want to act and move within it and be a real part of it. Even though because of its hugeness, you're always gonna be a very small part of it. There is also that thing I've heard a lot and that I think is that it's a must for a traveler to spend some time in his life in New York City. Of course, if you like cities. To make my transition and get back to Tournai, I'm gonna talk a little bit about numbers. New York City is a 8 million people city living on 789 square kilometers. Tournai is a 75,000 people living on 213 square kilometers. It gives you a sense of why you cannot compare those two cities.
dodging these lasers, his foot's in a rift. In time with each rhyme, he reverses in age. By the time I've done this record, he's in the 1st grade. His crew's been killed and he wishes he didn't pick him. Now that major label motherfucker's just another victim.
But he's just the person I need right now. A man with nothing to gain and nothing to lose. A man who's proved himself to be on the side of humanity.
Let me push you on a mood swing and describe a few things. Screw gold rings, bling blings, and interspecies flings. I'm pinging random stars, checking intergalactic latency, defacing your whole spaceship sea and erasing complacency. Bombing subway vessels, they're leaving my tag on satellites. Eliminate the industry, take contracts and scatter rights among the listeners.
To continue with a few other numbers about cities that I've lived in and cities that I've visited. Montreal is a 1.6 million people city. Vancouver is a 600,000 people city. London, which is the last city that I visited, is also 8 million people city, but on twice as much land. And São Paulo, where I went last summer, is a 12 million people city on about the same size as London. If I had to pick between two of those cities, I would pick Montreal and New York. The population is not the only criteria, of course, to take in mind. After that video, I'm gonna try to do a small tutorial video about a way to rate a few cities with a set of parameters. So the good things about Tournai on a personal level would be the memories I have and the fact that my friends and families are here. On a broader level, you could say that it's a calm city because it's quite small, but still a city. It's historic and medieval for those who like those things, which I do. I have some issues and concerns about the city and the country I live in, but I'm gonna try to stay positive here. What I'm gonna say is that after 20 years in the same country and city, I got that feeling that everything around me is on repeat, and it's not a feeling that I really like, which is motivating me to move and do something else and live something else. But I have to admit that those 20 years were pretty awesome, and I'm very grateful for my friends and families and the whole country and the way it works, because it's where I got my education and I had the chance to be born here. So that's it for that video. I hope you liked it. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do a little video about how to rate a city just after this one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.